Welcome. We are glad that you're here. For those who have been patient, we are now live. We are live. And the topic today is our wedding night. Welcome. I can see Emma Chelimo is saying nothing showing. Kindly confirm if something is showing right now. Yeah. We are now on. I can see there are 3 people who are watching. Tell us where you're watching from. There are a few questions that we had received earlier because we've said send your question. Even as we'll be sharing our experience, we'll answer any question according to the best of our knowledge. I'm here with, we are the Collince family. I'm here with my wife, very beautiful wife.
My lovely husband and our
baby Riel. Say hi. Hi. Yes. So if you're already here, kindly confirm if you can be able to see, if you can be able to hear us very clearly. We would want to know whether we are clear enough. Kindly tell us whether we are clear enough before even we start
we kick off.
We kick off this juicy, hot, special episode.
Yeah.
The topic tonight, if you've just come in, is our wedding night. So there were some comments which came in. We asked people to share questions if there are any, and some were gracious enough to do so.
I can see people are trickling in.
Harita anasema tumengoja kinyinyi watu mnapenda tabia mbaya. When we share things about God, you don't come this early.
Fast, this fast.
But even this is very spiritual.
I mean, it is
even
very,
this is very spiritual.
There is nobody who started this foundation apart from God, you know. The foundation and the beauty in it.
So there's a question which came from Zimbabwe, from a gentleman known as Tinashe. Where is this? There are many questions here. The question read, he first said, getting heated lol. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Then he said, who did the opening prayer for the night? Who did the opening prayer for the night? We shall answer. We shall answer. Harriet is saying, Gideon Kimtai said, wedding night, a very interesting period. I think this gentleman must be speaking from experience, considering that he's newly married. And then Kasacha Jethro from Uganda said, come easy, bro. Come easy. Easy
peasy, lemon squishy.
What is that
Easy peasy, lemon squishy.
Sam says, I hear you, sir. We are waiting for questions. Maya Skwamboka said, what? You have made me remember mine. You have made me remember mine. That, you know, somebody saying, wow, that is
an exclamation.
Is it Swahili expression or English?
Maybe both.
What can you say about, you see, there are misconceptions about what happens or what should happen
on the
wedding night.
Yeah.
And of course, this is a topic that many people shy away from, including our parents. Me, I can tell you, for the years the Lord allowed me to live with my parents before we got married, not even a single day did we have a topic that came anything close to sexuality. And if you are coming from Africa, at least 80% of you share in the same story like I do. I don't know. I think it was different. You see, we know Uganda. Uganda is the place.
Uganda is the place for what?
Uganda is the place
for sex education.
Sex education. People are prepared. You see, they tell us that Ugandan ladies, the moment you are born as a girl, you start being prepared for marriage. You know.
But that is, I think, that is most. It's the biggest percentage of all girl children.
Where?
In Africa and elsewhere in the world.
I'll ask the people who are here. I can see Emma Chelimo, Harriet Mora. How early did you ever have such a topic with your parents? You know?
So I think with me, with us at home, this was the kind of sex education. Like whenever we, when you reach, there's an age I think they feel they should talk about it, but they do not know how best to bring it. So this is what it would sound like. You just go to school. Like that is That is the time you're going to school. You just go to school and open your legs for anybody that comes across. open your legs. You will get what you want.
That's the best advice.
That's sex education. Like, go open your legs. You will get what you want. You know, like. And that is polite enough to tell you you are not supposed to engage in sexuality at this age. You know, but the caution is coming this way. Go, just go, open your legs for anyone who will come across, who you will come across.
I can see there's some comments here.
You know,
Harriet is saying that topic would be awkward with parents. Honestly, that was awkward. And she says, Sisi, we were not prepared. Shifra with an exclamation mark. This is just a Ugandan thing. Yes, it's a Ugandan thing. That's what we know. At least thing. That's what we know. Well, and then there is Emma. Emma is saying, no, girls will generally be taught chores. Marriage from young age is a no.
Yes, from young age, we are never told about marriage. I think it used to happen those days where people would get married at a very young age, like at maybe 13, 9, 10. Some of them got married, like my grandmother got married at 9 years.
So with
an arranged marriage.
With your explanation that you had scant knowledge about... okay, probably in your childhood, they didn't talk about it, but I'm sure closer to the wedding...
Now, this is
there are those people who are... How do we call them?
The singers, The singers.
Last minute advisors. Yes. I'm sure you received quite a number.
Just leave him to sit. Otherwise we will have noise all over.
I'm sure you received quite a number.
So me during the time now I have gone home. I've told mom and dad, oh, I'm bringing my lovely husband home, lovely husband to be home. And then they were like, oh, don't you think it is too early? And we had an escapade of things going on that time. And then later on, time had to come and I had to leave home. In my language they say nyamonyo kwekura eribwa. Like when a banana plant grows, it is eaten. You cannot you cannot continue keeping it in the garden. When it is ripe or it has reached maturity, it is eaten.
I think you have very good saying. So in short, you are ripe.
So that is a saying in my language, like enyamonyo kwekura eribwa. Those of you that are from Uganda and from that particular tribe, you can confirm with me. Like even when they are making songs of giveaways and kuhinjira and introductions, they are always surrounding that environment of
ripe banana.
Like you are now ready to be given off like that. So
to be consummated.
Yeah, consummated, if you can use that word. So guys, this is what happened. The time I was getting married, that was in the year 2019, like yes. January, Feb. I had gone to help to nurse my cousin who is married. Obviously for them they were married. That time I was nursing her because she had given birth to her firstborn.
Okay.
So this time I go there and
this is blessing.
Yes, blessing and innocent. We love you guys. We have so much love from you. We have learned a lot of things from you. So these were the first people to actually sit me down and talk to me about sexuality.
I'm wondering, how did the topic
start? This is my cousin and the husband.
Your in-law?
Yes, my in-law. So they're telling me, you don't have to rush things, Like for us, by the time we got married, this and this happened. And so they gave me their experiences. And then I'm thinking, okay, this is one thing, to be truthful.
To be truthful.
Like, to be truthful and sincere. I think for me, while growing up, everybody or most of the people had a misconception about me. When I don't know whether it happens to most of the ladies these days or It has happened to some. You can share with us. If you're a person who loves associating more with gentlemen, like your friends are male, your biggest friends are male, you find that people will take you to either be a slut.
They assume you sleep around with men.
They assume you sleep around with men. And then
I think some of the times people judge you based on their past.
Yeah, most likely. So I think at a particular time I was taken that way until I decided, let people think whatever they think. I know my worth. I know what I want. Like deep inside me, whenever people would call me a slut and say I'm sleeping around, I would say, I wish they knew how I dread sex. I wish I knew how I wish they knew how sex was very far away from my mind. Like even a thought of it would make me say, let my mind sleep, like reboot.
You know? Stop. What to enjoy? I don't know what that is in English. Are you trying to say you feared the experience of sex, or sex as a whole is something you never wanted, or you never, you know?
You know, there is wanting, and there is fears of not knowing how this sex that you want would be. Me, I had both fears. I didn't feel I was ready at any moment to engage in a sexual relationship with someone.
First, remind me that Uncle saying.
I think I felt like I was still very young.
So you have visited
my cousins, and they have given me their experiences. They have shared it, so they pumped me with all the knowledge I needed to know about.
What I'm wondering is, you have your cousin here, and the husband is here.
No, they took turns.
Who started the topic?
They took turns, my friend. Some people are very wise.
Who started the topic?
There are some people who are very wise. They don't want you to get the biased side.
Who started the topic?
Both of them started. We were eating dinner, and they were like, "Oh, now you are getting married. It is, by the way, not very far from now. You're going to be married." And one of the things that, what are the things that are running through your mind? Then I was like, to be honest, I fear the moment that I will have to sleep with the man I'm getting married to. I don't know how that will go with me. So they're like, oh, I think you don't have to fear about it, because it's a normal thing. It happens. It's normal. And everybody has to go through it.
So in brief, now that we have a lot to talk about, what are the points just give us the points.
The points they gave me. The points that they gave me were, take a moment at a time. Do not rush things. Do not prove you know when you do not know. If you don't know, say this, I don't know. And things will move on. Be gentle to each other. Be as honest and truthful as you can.
It's okay.
Be as honest and as truthful as you can, so that the person that you're going to be with understands, gets to know you, understands you, and stuff moves on smoothly. Very well. What do you want?
You'll have to bear with us. As a result of our wedding night and other manual jobs, we are here.
I can see as a result. So, guys, I was given that advice and I took it.
So that is advice from your cousin.
Now, on the wedding, pre-wedding, fast forward.
On the night to the wedding.
Yes, the pre-wedding night. My parents had come on Friday, because our wedding was on Sunday. My parents came on Friday. Okay, it was coming to Saturday morning, because they reached at around 1. 1 to there, to where we were hosting them, and we were sleeping at the same place. So we didn't get so much time to interact, given that they were tired all the way from Uganda. And they had something to eat, and they slept. The next morning, most of them, actually all of them, came to church. Now, in the evening, I think I was too busy, and they realized I would just go sleep out of their hands. Now, this is my mother, specifically my mother, my 2 aunties, and my elder sister.
So this is Saturday night?
This is Saturday night, and the wedding is tomorrow. And
on
they're
Sunday.
like, now, Shifra, can you come here? Then I'm like, we want to, they were like, we want to talk to you just briefly. And then I'm like, okay, you want to talk to me briefly? So in my mind, obviously, I knew they wanted to maybe say something related to that, but I had never believed that it would reach a time where I am supposed to sit in such a meeting. It was like an awkward thing.
So this is your mother?
My auntie.
Your aunt?
My 2 aunties and my elder sister.
So they call you in a room?
Yes, so they call me in the room and they tell me, we want to talk to you. So I sit there and they're like, now that you have reached this stage, there is nothing that we can hide from you.
This is the night to your wedding.
This is the night to my wedding. Now that you have reached this stage, there is nothing that we can hide from you. First of all, one of my aunties was like, Shifra, be honest with us. Have you slept with Collince? And you know, there's some questions that a parent would ask you and you even wonder where to start from to answer. So I was like, no, I have not slept with Collince, which was the truth. I had never slept with Collince, my husband. So they were like, now, and with any other man? And then I'm like, okay, am I being called for advice, interrogation? In my mind, definitely.
You felt like you're in this year.
Yeah, you know, like you are in a disciplinary committee. Now the headmaster or the principal is asking.
So who is asking these questions? Your aunt?
My aunt is, definitely. My mother was just looking at me like, see.
These questions she passed on earlier.
Definitely. They had a co-curricular meeting with themselves.
So they asked you, with any other man?
With any other man, then I'm like, no. Then they're like, one of my aunties is like, I trust my girl. I know she has not had anything like that.
So in short, you are 0 mileage.
Yes. And then they were like, now, what you should expect, you hear the way the topic is starting, what you should expect is you're going to be naked. There is nothing like, you want to nyonyo? You want to nyonyo? So they were like, one of the things that firstly, you will be naked. 2, a man is a man. When they want, you give them whichever time, anytime. Give them. Provided he's your husband, that is why you are married. You, like if I'm to do the direct translation, you touch him very well.
But then these are very good parents.
You touch him very well, like care for him, give him whatever he needs. If you say whenever he needs it, you have to be submissive. That is one of the things that we are created as ladies to do. You cannot run away from it.
How long did this conversation last? Definitely,
it didn't last long because I didn't want it to last long. You know, you can imagine you've never had such a conversation with your parents, and this time you're having it. They started by interrogating you whether you've ever slept with any man or the man that is going to marry you, and then the later thing they are telling you you're going to be naked and stuff like that. So they were like, now, Daphne, what do you have to tell her? What do you have to tell your sister? Like my sister. What do you have to tell her? And then she's like, what I can say is, you have to understand your person and be free, be honest. Be honest to him. Tell him what you don't know. If you're not comfortable, do not die. Do not die. Do not die trying to please anybody. This is going to be your body. Definitely he's inside your body, but he does not know what is going through through your body. So you have to be honest and tell him, no, if you like that, say that is okay. Where you have reached, it is fine. I thought this was just very awkward, like very awkward.
I think for your sister, it looked like going to Kenya is like going to Kabul, Afghanistan.
So guys, that was the counsel I had. So they wrapped it up, and then I went to sleep.
All right.
they went to sleep rather, because me.
So that is Saturday night before our wedding.
Yes, before
Let me
our
tell
wedding.
you, as I have told you from when I was born, even up to the night to our wedding, no one from my parents,
Your friends,
my friends.
your peers.
Okay, if they are peers, they could speak, but I couldn't consider them advice because they used to sound very,
Gross.
very wrong and gross. Someone tells you, you have been dating for 5 years and you have never tested. What is wrong with you? Are you okay? What if you reach there
And there is nothing that
and the
is
vehicle
functional.
cannot start or it can't work? What if you reach there and you are just a disappointment? You are there and you get you find yourself with a coach and you're just
An
amateur. So in short, I never received genuine advice up to our wedding day. So our wedding day comes, of course it was
a very colorful day. It had stresses in it, especially me, because really well. So like, guys, we had our wedding on that Sunday, and I think we were among the last people to leave the reception. Really well. Leave the stand.
just allow these people to hear this topic, baby.
So we were the last people to leave the reception. We left the reception very late. After cutting the cake and eating and the presents, we had to send off our people. Our people that were coming from Uganda were going back, and so we had to send them off. Like, it didn't take long on.
Initially for me, I used to say, on my wedding day, I'm going to pick an MC who I know is very brief, very few words. 1 hour reception, we are done. So that we go early. Our honeymoon starts early.
Very early.
But apparently, I think things changed. That day, the ceremony was done. We were among the last people to leave, actually.
Yeah, we were the last.
We actually took our time.
We did a photo shoot after everybody had left, and we were with our friends from Uganda. We did a photo shoot of us in the evening when the sun is setting. Like, we had time to do the photo shoot as the people of the decorations were packing up and preparing to leave. So that evening, our mom, my mother-in-law, had invited us home
for supper before we leave to wherever we were going.
So we after that photo shoot, I think it was like at around 7ish, and we went to our mom's home, and we reached there. We had the supper with most of the relatives, and it was a good time. And then at that time, my husband is saying, "Oh, I don't know when this thing is going to end." And then I'm thinking, I think it should be longer. It should be longer than it is already. So I decided to take the time the way it is coming. So after we had supper, we had prayers with them. The grandmother was there, the uncles, basically the family of my husband, the in-laws, my in-laws. So we interacted with them, and...
But don't lie, you really wanted to leave that place early.
Obviously, you know why? I was tired. Two, like the previous 2 nights, I think from that time we started preparing for my parents to come to Kenya. Like that weekend towards the wedding, I did not sleep. Like, I had not slept at all. Even this morning that is getting to the wedding, I did not sleep. The lady that was going to help me do the hair of my bridesmaids was held up somewhere. So I had to do the hair on my ladies. That's a story for another time. Like, I did everything, definitely. That
you wanted us to leave early home so that we can go.
Yes. Why? Because there were very many people, and I felt like this is a time that we needed to be alone. Yes, we needed to be alone.
And do what you have been waiting for.
Guys, even when I wanted us to be the two of us, I was still having fear of what is going to come. I knew definitely my husband loves me so much to hurt me, but I didn't feel like I was ready for this moment, this particular moment of, engaging sexually. So we left that place. After having tapa and the prayers, we left with our friend, a very good friend, Dan. And guys, for us, we did not go to, I don't know, CG hotel, or we board a plane or a bus to Mombasa or something like that. We did not do any of that day. Now, we traveled to his home that is out of town, a very serene place, very quiet.
We had a very low budget wedding.
Yes, yeah.
And for us, what really mattered to us is that we had
created
ourselves.
we created even the memories of that day. So,
and of course, there are those things, when you get married, you should go to Dubai.
Yeah, people do actually,
which is very good. It's okay, baby.
You're not giving attention.
You are annoyed that you didn't go to Dubai. We'll take you to Dubai. It is very good if you are in position to do so. Take your girl to Dubai. Take her to Mombasa. Wash yourself with the waters of the ocean. Feel the breeze. Enjoy yourselves. Make your first babies there, but do not kill yourself because
don't take alone. Don't take alone. Like people, I heard of a story where somebody actually took a loan because they had to take their special ones abroad on honeymoon, And then after that, when they came back, things were not good, and then they ended up in stress. The person, the husband got sick, because I think it is good to be honest to yourself.
So knowing our situation, we had to do, how do we call it? When you evacuate someone from...
we displaced him.
We displaced him. And the good thing about his place, it was deep out of town, and
there is no cars making noise. It's just birds.
The weather is okay.
Birds and sweet.
The mood is good.
Yeah, and the breeze.
The next living soul is meters away. So you can make as much
noise as you
songs. You can sing choruses
as you want. So we reached that place at around 9. And he's the one who dropped us there and packed up his stuff and went and left us now alone. Now this is a time where I was like, finally, we are here. I have been gotten.
And the beauty of this thing, there was cooked food to serve us for a week.
A full week without
even
cooking.
2.
What? Guys, that is how this boy behaves when he wants something, especially water, and you're not giving it to him. So guys, we were there and there is food. So there is nothing like, I am going to start preparing food. We had eaten supper at Mom's place. So everything was just set in place to make us enjoy the night, like they always say. The night is lit. When we reached the house and the gentleman had left, we closed the room, and I told my husband, congratulations. Then he's like, I can't believe, by the way, I'm married.
Let me tell you, when we were in church, it was all like a drama, and that was part of the proof,
I can't believe that I am married.
I was just watching things happening. And then finally is when I realized it is true. The day that I've been waiting for is here. We are already married. Sorry, baby. What do you want? Go to mommy.
Come.
We are in a serious business here, baby. We are talking to people who can bring to you playmates. So, We are very tired. We are from the wedding. Don't mind this. This is part of our family. He's part of our family, so just bear with him. So we are very tired from the wedding, considering that we had to be actively involved in planning of this wedding. Of course, we didn't have the luxury of having a wedding planner. If you have, that is very nice. But if you don't get still, you don't have to kill yourself. It can still work. So we are very tired. And the first thing that came into my head is, since we are tired, I think we need to shower.
Take a bath.
We need to take a bath, relax. I don't know what got into your mind when
he suggested
when I
a
suggested
shower.
that we need to have a shower.
And then he said we. He didn't say I need to go and have a shower. He
You
said,
see, when we were from the church, they told us, you are no longer you.
we are we.
We are we.
And then he's saying we need to go and have a bath. And then I'm thinking, we. Like, we are the only two people in the house.
And I can tell you, normally for me, when I shower, most especially if it's cold water, 5 minutes tops, I'm done. I'm not going there to compose a song. But 45 minutes into the time we were in the bathroom, I can tell you for sure, I appreciated that God is a good creator. So we came out of the shower, and I knew, now this is the time we are going to get to have and, get to explore the unexplored, what term can I use here? Help me, what term can I use here? And somehow, my girl shows me that she came with some movies and she wants us to watch.
Wait, you're rushing. You're rushing. Why are you making it rush? Like, when we finished the shower, I was like, no, I think I can't go to bed right now. I am not going to take this. So I suggested to him, I feel like I am hungry. By the way, I am very anxious. Can we open the gifts? Like, can we really, just a few of them, like,
and
open.
At that time I'm wondering, you see these gifts, we'll have them even tomorrow. I had actually packed them in some corner there. Because in my mind, this was not a night to start opening gifts, and they will be here.
Even after we had supper, I said, I am hungry. I am feeling hungry. But I'm like, first of all, let us do this. Let us open the gifts. So he's like, but we can't do that even tomorrow. And I'm like, no.
Hesitantly, I accepted.
He accepted, finally.
So we start opening gifts.
Yeah, we opened the...
From boxes to some empty envelopes.
Envelopes, yeah, empty ones.
And also some envelopes which were very heavy.
Yes.
As well.
So like we opened the gifts. I wanted this process to take as long as possible. Like,
I think it reached a place I told you.
And you were like,
These ones will open tomorrow.
Yes, these ones, let us open these ones tomorrow. And then I'm like, hey, this didn't work. What do I do? So I decided, babe, actually me, I'm dying.
Of hunger.
Sikukula vizuri.
And to be sincere, I don't know what happens, but if you are actively engaged in your wedding,
you don't even have
you don't get time to eat.
Yes.
Even me, I didn't eat well. Though when we went home...
Somebody has given a comment there at the Shifra Honashi movies on the first night.
What is that supposed to mean?
How do you carry movies for your first night?
I was wondering too. Thank you. I was wondering too, how do you do that?
Guys, they were even not movies. I got a very interesting series called Suits.
And I can tell you, my friend, the movie which was chosen, you can watch for a week and not finish.
And it was very captivating and interesting. So, I decided this is going to be my game changer.
You first said you are hungry.
I couldn't pretend, I am in my menses, I am what? The menses will get done and you will wait to see me change pads and you won't see that. So I decided I'm going to take the easiest way possible.
You have to bear with us. Thank you for those who have joined. I think quickly, even as our baby settles down, I will read the comments. Somebody called ASMR and relaxation. Hey, what a name. It's always good to teach sexuality earlier.
True, that is true. That is very true.
Sharon Mabazi says it's good to be here.
You're welcome.
Ladu Emmanuel, this is an upcoming bridegroom. Groom. Bridegroom is wrong, eh?
Yeah.
And he's saying, these topics, yes, this topic is good for you. Don't carry movies to your wedding night. And then ASMR relaxation says, the baby. Can't the baby keep quiet? Zion James says, my classmates here, I love the topics. Thank you for being here. Did he get married?
Who?
Combo. He's called Combo, James.
Oh, James, I'm not yet sure.
Tell us.
We saw the engagement, so tell us.
Daphne Nyangoma, that is my in-law. She says, I don't know why I'm laughing. Probably because
I will also laugh one day I will laugh.
I don't think she'll be brave enough to share her experience.
You will have to. You know we are twins.
And then this person, ASMR, please give me a simpler name, says, I can't kill myself. Oh, yes. And then Baba says, Shifra, how do you carry movies
on the
wedding night?
You know, like, so guys, I decided, my love, the truth is I am very hungry. And then I decided to go to the kitchen. Now, you know, the tricky part is the food is cooked. You won't take even 10 minutes. Like, you won't take even 10 minutes preparing because the food was cooked, packed for us in the fridge.
And it was enough
such that
could serve even for 2 weeks.
Yes, it was. It took us actually that whole time. Like, it took us for 1 week, like 1 full week without. The only thing that we prepared maybe was pancakes or something like that. But the rest of the food was chicken, I don't know, rice, egg curries, what there was everything in that freezer.
And crates.
And crates of soda and juices. And then I'm thinking, how do I do this? So I actually stood in the kitchen trying to pause and see whether there is something I can do. Like I pull up like a scenario of, oh my God, my back is paining.
We would massage you and continue.
Like it was so scary. So
relax, baby. Relax. Relax. What?
So here is something good for you. Something good. Do you like it? So I stayed in the kitchen for close to 7 minutes without doing anything. And then I decided, by the way, this is just delaying myself for no good reason. The truth is that it's going to happen once to sleep. So I decided I'm not going to take any time longer. Let me just warm up the food. And then I was like, babe, do you want to eat chapati? Thinking that maybe if he says, yes, I want to eat chapati, I will say, there is no chapatis, imagine, left. And then I start the process of making chapatis. And my friend, he told me, no, I want rice and egg curry. Okay. So I had to warm the rice and the egg curry, and I prepared and took the plates. And
me, I even didn't want food, just that you had said you were hungry.
Hey, and I prepared and took to him, and we started eating. So I said, yeah, my love, okay, imagine I cannot sleep with this hair like the way it is. Like you guys who have seen that photo, that is how my hair was. So I wanted him to help me. We take out all the pins, and then I can be able to braid it. So he's like, it's fine. In the meantime, I'm like, by the way, there is something nice.
There's a Swahili saying which says, you know, I was willing to do anything, even if you would have said, oh, we go and pick sugar again outside. It's part of your culture. There's a saying in Swahili which says, mtafutaji hachoki na akichoka ameshapata.
Yeah.
Do you understand what that means?
Yes. a person who looks for something does not get tired, or a searcher, in other words. A searcher does not get tired, and if they get tired, it means they have gotten what they wanted, they were searching for. Guys, that is what I was in. I was in a dilemma. So I told him, what we do, you help me plait my hair as we watch this. We'll just only watch 2 episodes, and then we'll go to sleep. And then
so I'm there plaiting her hair.
Yes.
She has put on the movie. The movie is called Suits. It's a series actually. And I think by that time it was very popular.
Yes. So we started watching Suits. Suits was very nice. So it captivated him, it captivated me too. Like we were glued to the screen. But then I think he realized, this must be a trap. He said, babe, I'm not going any further. I am leaving. We need to go and rest.
Somebody is saying,
you're tired.
Somebody is saying, take us back. Did you guys shower together? Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes, we had a very long shower. We admired each other, and obviously there was romance, kissing, and basically that. Telling each other sweet, they call them sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings and sweet nonsenses. Yes, so we had that time, and it was a good time for bonding.
But nothing, I was not served. In short, I was not served, if that's what you want to know.
So, after that, this, my husband, tells me, babe, I think we are not going past this episode, so just prepare, we just go and sleep. And then I'm like, finally there is nothing more I can pull. He's like, me, I'm tired, I want to go and sleep. This is when it dawned on me, like, now you have become a wife of somebody, and the words of my mother and my sister have come to pass. You have to be submissive, entirely submissive. When he says this, that is what you are meant to do, like follow.
When he says face maker, you face maker.
Guys, like, I had to be submissive. At least on the first day, like on the very first day, you don't show your ugly colors. Like, you have to be submissive. So, in short, we went to bed, and when we reached to bed, I told him honestly, my love, this is what I feel. I feel like we have had a very long day. Like, you're trying to bring out the words. In other words, you want him to read in between the pages that you're not ready. And then he's like, yeah, that is very true. And I think the shower is going to do us a miracle. Now that we are in bed, it should be very relaxing. And I'm like, But
this lady was literally afraid. It was like she had entered a war zone,
Like, even the mood changed. Like,
she looked like she wanted to cry. And in my head, I said, okay, I don't want to terrorize somebody's daughter, as much as I also don't know what we are expecting.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, this girl is here, she's not running away. We have been married officially, so even if she wants to escape the first night,
it is fine.
It is fine. We'll be here.
So my husband told me, babe, you're my wife. You're my wife. I'm not competing with anybody. I've not been put on gunpoint that it should be today, it should be tonight. And that brought the biggest relief of days and years and decades. And then I'm like, are you sure? Then he's like, yeah, let's take a moment at a time. A moment at a time. We'll just go as slow as possible. And then my friends.
So, somehow, we slept off while...
Yeah, cuddling. We cuddled and slept off.
Though you slept earlier. I think you slept earlier.
Yeah, I think I slept earlier.
My eyes were still open. Probably changed your mind.
I think I was just closing my eyes, so that there is nothing that happened. So obviously, you can't steal me. So, you will definitely have to consent somehow. So, very early in the morning, I think it was like at around 5.
I know it was 6.
6 a.m.
We are woken up by a knock, and I'm wondering.
Yes, like we had a knock.
Really, this could have been my my hour of
morning glory. Yeah. So guys, our morning glory was started by a knock. And I was like, babe, did you hear that? There is somebody that knocked. Now in my mind I was wondering, did we forget to lock the gate or what? Because this is one compound of one person and the next person is I don't know how many miles away. So I'm like, okay, let me go and see. So I offered to go and see. And then I opened the door and went outside only to realize there were birds. There were birds knocking on one of the windows, and I thought it was a door. And so I came back. Now this was the time now the real stuff had to happen. The real stuff had to happen. We had to face the reality of what was going through your mind that time.
You came back, baby. If you could just sleep, I wouldn't want to miss this for anything. Your mom can even lie here. So she came back to sleep. And I say, haha, now this is that time. Hallelujah. Praise God. So my wife comes back into bed, and there we are sleeping, then we are cuddling, and I say, of course, you start by praising her, honey, you look beautiful, it has been a wonderful night, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, there we were. I managed to convince her that I think this is the time we switch on the engine. And we gave it a try. Remember, here I am with my wife, both of us, 0 mileage. 0 mileage, we have no clue what we are doing. It is anatomy 101, and we are the lecturers. And my wife starts crying, even before we are 10% into the action. And I say, hey, I will not kill someone's daughter here. I even don't know what I've done. But then you looked like you are having an episode of terror.
Like my husband was very scared. He will continue my mouth. My husband literally fears pain. Any amount of pain.
Most especially when
if it is inflicted on me, yeah. Like he fears. He dreads to see me in pain. So he's decided it's not a must. It's not a must. We will take a day at a time. And that day went like that. I think after he realized I was crying so much, he just told me, babe, calm down. It's okay. Is it painful? He was scared. So I was like, I think I cannot do this.
I was scared for you and also concerned, you know. Because you wouldn't want to have a very terrible experience as your first.
Yeah.
I was willing to wait until that time when it's perfect for both of us. And I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah, I think that's the way it should be.
In my mind, I was thinking, even if we take 1 month to learn how to circumnavigate around this hill or that valley, we shall still be here. And you know, and when that time comes, when it's the perfect time, I'm sure you'd have memories, or both of us would have memories that we will hold in our hearts for forever. And I can tell you there's nothing as beautiful as spending time with the person you love and at that particular right time. Yeah. You know, sleeping with the person you are in love with and not necessarily married, in your head you have all those thoughts. What if I get pregnant? What if I get, I don't know what?
What if I get found?
What if I get found, yeah? You know?
Finds us, you know.
But at that time, I think everything feels right. And I'm sure this is God intended.
Just to me this very day, like my sister is asking me, is there anything that has happened? My mother is also there asking me, Were you successful?
That is day one.
Day one, like the very morning that we tried and things.
People who like Rugambo, apparently to me,
they wanted to know if I am doing my duty as a wife. Because they had given me all.
Apparently, me, no one talked to me about it, apart from some of my friends that escorted me to Uganda. You know, when we came to Uganda, while they were giving you away to us, they said, the girl we have given you is a beautiful girl, the best from here, and I can assure you she's fertile. Very fertile. So my friends were telling me, you've had. So unless you're the one who will be shooting blanks.
I am seeing comments here at the crying must have been due to sweetness. Why? There is no sweetness.
There was no sweetness.
There is no sweetness. It is painful. It is painful. Guys, ladies especially, because I don't know whether it is painful to the guys. You will talk on behalf of the guys. For the women, it is nothing like sweetness. It is painful. Very first time, very painful. Like very painful. I couldn't stand it. So this very day when we tried and it failed, we were unsuccessful, he decided to leave me in bed and go and prepare breakfast. So he went to prepare breakfast and we had movies. And we had movies for the rest of the day. I think we watched until the following day.
I don't know. You actually came up with some... that kind of movie you came up with was so toxic because we could watch and then we say, let's watch one more episode. Let's watch one more episode. I think you had planned yourself very well. Let's watch one more episode. We watch and then we realize it is morning. So we had watched the whole day, the whole night, just going, taking a drink, going, taking some food, eating. So it is now morning of day 2 after the wedding. And since we are already tired, we were watching all morning, we go back.
Yeah, we had to try again. On the our wedding was on 26th of May, and we were very successful on the 31st.
Don't take us too fast. Don't take us too fast. They need to hear all the juice. So we are, baby, relax. So we are from watching the movie, and it's morning. This is morning of day 2. We decide to go and relax, go and sleep. And in my mind, I'm saying, hallelujah, hallelujah. This is that day. Somehow we reached there, she just fell asleep. Now I'm wondering, do I tap her? Hello, honey. Gundi. Babe. I say, I don't know if this is sleep that just came naturally or she's closing her eyes but very much awake. So somehow I also fell asleep because I said I'm not going to disturb her. But I couldn't sleep for long. I slept for 30 minutes and I was awake. And I said, now that it's morning and I'm sure she's hungry, let me go and prepare something. Probably this could be something that can talk to her heart. They say that when you want to reach to a man's heart, use food. I said probably this could work for her, I don't know. So I went, I prepared breakfast. I brought it in bed, and I can tell you this breakfast
worked miracles.
Worked miracles. She was so happy. She woke up in good mood. Who is like my God? I was wondering, 1 week, 2 weeks. What are we doing here? Did we come to watch movies? I was watching movies even before I got married. So we ate. Did we eat from bed?
Yes, we ate from bed. I think after eating from bed.
And you see, all these days that we were unsuccessful, as much as you were fearing, you also used to feel very disappointed. Actually, more than me.
Disappointed than you were.
I don't know why.
because I felt like I was failing my whole lineage, my whole clan. You know, you guys, everybody expects you to achieve a particular stage of things at a particular time. So I felt like this is the time I am not functioning the way I should be functioning. And the truth is, I had been warned that this was to happen.
Come.
I want to touch the lights. I had been warned that this was to happen, and I had been told that very night that this has to happen. So I felt like my husband had been waiting for very long. Even when we were in our dating time, we used to talk about sexuality and engaging in sexuality, and he was like, I am not going to do it. Actually, that was one of his conditions. One of my conditions, because I think when he finally told me his intention, I told him, I'm giving you...
Intention of marrying you.
Yes, intention of marrying me. I told him, I'm giving you 2 conditions. Once you break them, because for him he gave me 2 conditions as well. If you do not change your character and you remain the lady I found, and also if I never hear of anything like cheating, like you never cheat, I will definitely marry you. And then to me I was like, it is fine if only you don't sleep with me until we get married. Because I knew I always had a strong feeling that I can be able to safeguard myself until marriage. But with him, I think there was a tendency to tolerate. Yeah, there was a tendency to tolerate. Because... Are
you sure it's not the other way around?
No, I think there was a tendency on my side to tolerate anything of that nature. The thought of us engaging sexually. So I told him, let it be upon him to make sure that we do not engage in sexual relationships until we get married.
And let me tell you, for my friends, the guys who are watching, in case you're not married, you have to make that deliberate decision. It's you, because it's like once a lady loves you, they trust you completely and they become vulnerable to you. I don't know how I can come to the camera without my baby causing a fuss. So I was saying, just hold him. I think I need to say this while looking at the camera.
Okay.
I was saying for the gentlemen who are watching and probably are not married, you are dating. When ladies love, just like it is said in some songs, they love for real. And they, in most cases, entrust, should I say entrust?
You with
you with everything, their mind. They believe you have the best of their interest in your heart or at heart. So please, you're the one to hold on. And I can tell you it was not easy. There are times I really wanted. I was wondering, considering that I had never had such an experience, I was wondering, how is it?
How does a lady look like?
And
he actually used to ask me, so how do ladies look like?
And will we die? Will we die if we try? And something else could come back to me, that will this lady still respect me the same way? If I can't hold on for that long. I'm not saying that if you've already engaged, you are less of a person. Even if you have, you can still
maintain the state you're in.
Maintain the state you're in by holding on till that right time.
Person,
you find that right person. Because definitely, sexuality is almost the epitome of should I say epitome of knowing a person. Let me put it that way. And I tend to feel that if it is done during dating or before, there is some value that tends to die away or go away.
Especially for the ladies.
And for, like, I remember when you lost your virginity, it was so much of an emotional thing to you.
It was.
Also physical as well. you had mixed feelings. You were
excited that
excited.
it is successful, but then I felt like I'm no longer me. Like
It's like you've for
Like
ladies. It's like you've given a part of you.
yes, I am less of a human being. You know, like there is something missing. There is. I couldn't really put the feelings together and the emotions at that time, because it was a confusing thing. First of all, I was wondering whether it has to feel that way, because I felt like I think I should have held on for a long time or longer than, or what is actually going through his mind. Does he still value me the way he always values me? Does he still take me at heart? Even when he would tell me that he loved me, even that day he said, I love you, like, I love.
And I think reassurance is something very crucial for ladies. Because at that time she looked like, I don't know, they have cut off her hand, or I don't know, part of her body. She felt like she was different, and I had to reassure her the way I loved her back then. I still love her the same way or even more. And the way they say that there is no better gift that you can give to your spouse
than the virginity,
than your sexual purity.
Yeah.
Coming to marriage when you're sexually pure.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to demean anyone, but we're just talking about our experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was the best thing
ever.
And
after that, it was bestest. Like
that feeling can't be.
Ouch.
Baby, just leave the camera. That feeling can't be explained in word. Is that what they call
ecstasy?
Ecstasy. That feeling was just something else. And of course, this is that time when we had to experience on our own, so that we demystify all those things we
the notions. There is a myth about everything.
When people are about to get married, there are those bachelor, I don't know, they call them bachelor party
and bridal showers.
There are those
topics they talk about,
and mostly they rotate around sex. And people will advise you
will collide,
and you find the lady has been told, go and do somersault, and the man has been told, go and perform combat, and you reach here, one is doing kung fu, another one is doing wandering. Another one is doing volleyball.
You're even in shock, guys. I think it is easier to understand each other, and to me, I think taking that first night of the wedding not to be what people expect about it is a good idea. Because I don't think if we had tried it out that night, it would have been as better as it was the following night. You're tired, you have a lot of stresses. Sex is not all about being physical. It is more of a mind engaged thing. Like you think about it. Affection is there, yes, and the physical, but the mind plays a big part about it. I remember when we were in school, like ladies were in my school, I did midwifery, so the ladies would be telling us, you find, obviously these are topics that you're not taught in school, but definitely they pop up. So you find ladies would be telling us, when you're getting married, especially, definitely they wouldn't be talking about only marriage, because we are in a spoiled world where everybody thinks sex is something that you can, have, and just remain the same. Like you just have it and become, which is not true. Like it changes you. It really changes you. So, like they would tell me, you need to take okra. Like take okra 2 months before you get married, or 2 months before you go through okra porridge. There is some porridge that is made there in Uganda, the intachweka that you guys do, okay? Very good, making you juicy. And then there was someone who was telling us, actually there is a jelly called KY jelly that is used in hospital. When you want, you feel like it is not enough. just insert that one. Just take a portion of it, insert, and it will become heavenly. And I'm thinking, there is nothing you can do to make yourself wet if your mind is not prepared. Like, it is not just physical, it is more even to the mindset. And that is why I think romance plays a big part.
What I've learned in our experience, of course, after that night, it was a series of marathon for the whole week or 2 weeks we were there. But what I've learned is, when two people love each other genuinely, you probably don't even need a marriage coach.
Yeah.
If God has sanctified that relationship, He will be your teacher. I'm not saying He will come with a Bible and talk to you. There was somebody who was asking whether we prayed. We didn't pray. We didn't pray. My friend. We didn't sing hymns as much as we are singers.
Did you sing? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Are you sure you want us to go that way? Because I can tell you.
No, we want to
I can tell you. You remember you're a soprano singer. Anyway, so what was I saying before you confused me?
You were saying we do not need coaches.
Yes, when two people are in love and you're patient enough, whatever level you are in now, whether you have engaged before but you have decided to maintain yourself pure until that time when you get to be wedded, God becomes your
teacher.
Your teacher.
Yeah, okay.
And you'll find yourselves learning from each other,
and there is no better experience than that.
Because it seems these things don't have formula. You may try hearing what person X is saying, what person Y is saying, and probably for them they have been training in Iraq, and for you are just a church boy, So, as much as we are sharing our experience with you, have an open mind, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. When that time comes, enjoy yourself. And let God be your guide. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
And if you have not yet been married, you have or you're not in a relationship that you're expecting to lead to marriage yet, because some have not yet been blessed. We also need to accept that. Do not lower yourself to the extent that I need to use sex to keep this relationship. If you have a guy who it is sex according to him that will keep him in that relationship,
you're being deceived, my sister.
It's your time to run away.
Run. Don't look back.
And do not at the speed of a car. If it's a rocket, use it. If it's use a time-changing speed.
Yeah.
If you're a gentleman, you're in a relationship, and this I will say as many times as I can, there is a bigger responsibility upon you than it is on the lady. Stand firm for your relationship. Thank you all. I can see your baby is becoming quite tired. I think we have gone for quite some long time. Thank you for accepting to be here with us
and sharing the moments with us.
On our next live, we are going to talk about our wedding planning and the experience we had. We had a wedding that costed less than $2,000 or 200,000 Kenya shillings, and we shall share bit by bit of the challenges we faced, the help we expected to receive, we didn't receive, the love we received from people. We are going to read a few comments before we leave. I can see Monshen here. Monshen has been here. And he said, this thing, so long as you are sure. Luca Kamoni said, Kung Fu and volleyball. I can see Holly all the way from Rwanda, my good friend. She said, did you guys seek premarital counseling?
I think premarital counseling was done with us, but we didn't complete it, really complete it. We want to be honest.
But even if we had completed, I don't think
it would have changed the notions we had in our minds. I don't don't know. Maybe it would have. It's a good thing to have the counseling. It's here.
For the married couples who have had premarital counseling, how different did it make your experience?
Yeah, and were they being explicit on the information? Because it is one thing to tell you, oh, marriage is living and cleaving. And then things that affect, mostly they talk about finances. Yeah, they talk about finances, things that change your lives to the better.
And I think just like the parents, and I think just like our parents, some of these counselors as well shy away from the topic of sexuality, or even if they handle it, they will not handle it the way you would love it to be handled. Okay, we are not sure. For us, we didn't have that kind of experience. We had a counselor, yes, but we didn't go that direction. And I don't think I would have wanted it any different. Mm-hmm. Let me just read some few more comments before we go. Joe Msani from Sani Group is saying, and that baby is a byproduct. I don't think our baby was conceived
during that time. Much later, when we had become experts.
Yes. By the way, I think we took about 7 months before we conceived.
Later,
And if you had watched our previous stream, you can tell we were using natural methods.
Yes. Actually, to be specific,
calendar. We were using the calendar. My friend, I had to remember arithmetics. You start counting. I don't know if there's any other question before we close this. If you have a question, ask now or never. Monshen Emmanuel is saying,
a product, not a byproduct, for sure. That's true.
Monshen also said HTTV
and
Okra and KYJ.
These days we have glycerin. Guys, I don't know how those things work.
And somebody said something about Monshen. You see Monshen is commenting a lot. Somebody said, Monshen, you have eaten things, just maintain.
No, he has not eaten things yet. I know Monshen.
How do you know?
I know Monshen.
I think we need to end this live. Pardon?
Yes, I do.
Guys, thank you so much. If you are here logged in now, kindly just take a moment and subscribe. You're going to have very many topics that we'll be handling. We were waiting for any other question that would have been there, but I think there is none. But if there's any type quickly, we are going to be closing this down in the next 60 seconds. If you're still here, just take a minute down here. Just subscribe. Support us. Subscribe. We want to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Please, just help. I know you've not met many YouTubers who come out as explicit as we have. So help us so that we can be here with you. We like it being here with you. And above all, we want to ask that all those who have been here, we want to ask God that He may bless you richly for taking your time to be here. For the bad things that you may have had, leave them here. If there's any good thing, one that you've picked, may it be a blessing to you and many others that we'll get to hear from. Is there anything you'd want to say before we leave?
I would want to say that marriage is a blessed institution, and sexuality in marriage is another blessing on top of a blessing. So when you get there, you will definitely enjoy, and when you do, go in with an open mind and ask God to lead you. We won't say that we would have managed to be pure until our marriage if it was not by the grace of God. So above all, just place yourself in that situation where you will always live to please God and glorify His name. I think till another time, we will say
bye and subscribe before you leave. Subscribe. Thank you.